The Detroit Lions had a great offseason signing a lot of free agents, but there's one free agent that we're really forgetting about because he was very recent. Let's get right into the video. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at one free agent that you're probably forgetting about, and this is the guy that Detroit Lions brought in really recently. He may have been actually their last free agent signing, like their big one, I guess you could say. He signed to a $1.3 million contract with the Detroit Lions. He has bounced around and played with two teams before the Lions, the Jets and the Seahawks. You may know who I'm talking about, and then it's Jermaine Kearse. So Jermaine Kearse came to the Detroit Lions now as a wide receiver, and he could potentially be that number 3 wide receiver. Yes, he could be up there with Danny Amendola. He could actually take Danny Amendola's spot as that number 3 wide receiver. But really, solidly, he's probably going to be that number 4. And I think that's something that we are really forgetting about. When you look at our wide receiver depth, we have a lot of it. We really don't have a strong number 4, right? Like, who is our wide receivers after Danny Amendola, Marvin Jones, and Kenny Galladay, right? A lot of people want to say Travis Fulgham, Andy Jones. Like, I don't even know who's going to make the team. But I think Jermaine Kearse is that guy that we're really forgetting about, and he's going to have a big year in 2019. He's done it everywhere he's been, even though he hasn't always been the biggest option. Now, with the Jets, he had a bigger role than he did with the Seahawks, but those were his last 2 years. And he's not very old. He's a 29-year-old wide receiver that has a lot to give to the Detroit Lions, and I absolutely love this signing. He brings speed to the Detroit Lions, not the same speed that he used to have, but he brings a lot of speed to the Lions, and that's important because when you look at our wide receivers, you look at Kenny Galladay, you look at Marvin Jones, you look at Danny Amendola. Those guys aren't going to outrun you. Now, Kenny Galladay is somewhat fast. Marvin Jones got a little bit of speed here. But he's not going to go by a cornerback. That's not really his thing. They're more jump ball type of wide receivers. They're strong wide receivers. Jermaine Kearse is fast. And again, he's not as fast as he used to be, but he's not slow. Like, this guy can run. So with that being said, this was a great signing for the Detroit Lions to mix it up kind of at that wide receiver position. Looking at his stats from the last 2 years, 2017 and 2018 with the Jets. In 2017, he was phenomenal. 810 receiving yards, which was one of his best seasons. 5 touchdowns. 65 receptions, 12.5 yards per receptions, 4 receptions per game, and a 50.6 yards per game. 50 yards per game as wide receiver, that's really good. And that was 2017, so 2 years ago he was doing this. 2018, you could say his role went down a little bit, but he still had a nice year. 371 receiving yards, 1 touchdown, 37 receptions, 10 yards per reception, which is really good. I mean, that's the first down every time you catch the ball, and 26.5 yards per game. So that's really good. Those are good numbers. Even 2018 are good numbers. Now, with the Lions, I could see somewhere closer to that in numbers-wise, but this is a guy that has potential to be our number 3 wide receiver. He's small. He's 6'1", 209 pounds. He can play the slot. He can also play on the outside, and he's a very, very important signing for us. This is a guy that knows what it's like to win, and, when you see Matt Patricia bringing in Patriots, they fit the scheme, they want to be here, they know what it takes to win. Well, Jermaine Kearse knows what it takes to win. Even though he hasn't been with Patricia, he's won before. So this is an amazing signing. Back in 2012, when he came in as an undrafted free agent to the Seahawks, he later then won a Super Bowl with Seattle Seahawks, and that's why he knows how to win. And with the Seattle Seahawks, he was a really, really good player, and he won a Super Bowl there. Took an even bigger role, you could say, in 2017 with the Jets. Kind of dropped off in 2018, but he's going to have a nice role with the Detroit Lions in 2019. Like I said, he could be that number 3 wide receiver. If everybody's healthy, he could play over Amendola and play Amendola at the 4. Now, I think Amendola will be the slot because that's kind of where he's comfortable, and Jermaine Kearse will be the 4. But you always need to have about 4 wide receivers that you're confident in, and I think this is a guy that a lot of people are forgetting about because he's on a 1-year, $1.3 million contract, which isn't big. You don't hear about contracts like that. I think we got an absolute steal here, and this is one guy we can't forget about. I think he's going to do a lot of good things for the Detroit Lions. He came out of Washington, where in 2010 he was outstanding, over 1,000 receiving yards, 12 touchdowns. This guy was great. I love this signing. This is a guy we definitely can't forget about, and looking forward to a lot of big things now from Jermaine Kearse. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you, Brad, for watching, and I'm out.